Earlier this year, the governor and legislature of the state of Maine legalized same-sex marriage, but the people of Maine wanted their say on the issue. They got it on the ballot, and voters repealed the law, dealing a stinging defeat to the same-sex marriage movement. Heather Sells has that story from Portland, Maine.
When supporters of traditional marriage heard the news, they cheered and screamed for joy. Their pushback against gay marriage in a very liberal state succeeded.
What some have described as a deep blue New England state, even here we can win on the marriage issue and people care about it.
The Maine vote has national implications. Maine has now become the 31st state to vote against gay marriage. And in doing so, it has deprived the gay rights movement of a victory at the ballot box.
And we won't quit because of the thousands of Mainers who gave us a volunteer shift or talk to their neighbor.
The night started off with a party atmosphere for Maine's gay marriage supporters, with political heavyweights like the governor showing their support. But by evening's end, supporters were already mourning their loss. Winning strategists say their message made the difference.
The most forceful argument that we repeated again and again in the ads in Maine was that this will affect what your children are taught in the schools.
Gay rights supporters had worried that another defeat would reinforce the perception that only judges and politicians support their cause. The Maine vote plays into that fear.
I don't know how they can recover from this. This was the perfect storm for their side. It's a very small state, special election. They had an organization they've been building for 5 years, thousands and thousands of volunteers, millions and millions of dollars. Every state, every gay marriage movement in the nation was focused on Maine.
This victory in Maine is a thrill for traditional marriage supporters, but there's no letting up in the battle over marriage. Lawmakers in New Jersey and New York are expected to take up the issue in special sessions this month. Reporting in Portland, Maine, Heather Sells, CBN News.
The pro-gay marriage campaign outspent the traditional marriage campaign by $1.5 million. Same-sex marriage has been approved now in 5 states by courts or legislatures, but Pat, as Heather mentioned in her report, it's lost in all 31 states where the public has voted on it.
I think it's time those governors and legislators get with it, because the American people don't want to change marriage. They don't want marriage to be changed because they know it's the foundation of our society. The union of a man and a woman raising children in the nurture, well, the Bible says the nurture and admonition of the Lord, but nevertheless, to be responsible citizens and disciplined citizens, it has to come out of a heterosexual marriage. And the thought that we would change into something else and then have textbooks about Heather has two mommies and all that stuff, the people don't want that. And they're going to probably vote out of office these legislators and governors who insist on jamming something down their throats. But you can see how the bosses aren't listening to the people. And I think it's the same thing in Washington. The bosses in Congress aren't listening to the people. The people are overwhelmingly against this health care proposal that is on the agenda now. And I think the congressmen are going to get the message from these elections and this particular initiative in Maine and others that the Obama agenda may be the prescription for defeat in the next election. And they just might say, no, we're not going to walk the plank for you. You've got your own boat to row, and we'll have ours.